The air crackled with a tension thicker than the smog that choked the city. Atop the highest spire of the council tower, a figure stood silhouetted against the dying sun, a lone sentinel watching the star-dusted expanse of the galactic abyss. His name was Rion, a man known for his unwavering faith in humanity's potential, a potential that seemed increasingly distant in the face of the Xarathi's unrelenting arrogance. For decades, the Xarathi, a race of sleek, bioengineered beings with skin like polished obsidian and eyes like burning emeralds, had ruled the galaxy with an iron fist. They had scoffed at the humans, labeling them primitive, unrefined, and inefficient. They had subjugated humanity, stripping away their autonomy and relegating them to the role of mere laborers, mining their resources and feeding their insatiable hunger for power. Rion, however, had never lost hope. He had dedicated his life to the clandestine project known as Project Lazarus, a daring plan to build a secret fleet, hidden from the watchful eyes of the Xarathi, capable of challenging their dominion. It was an audacious dream, fueled by the remnants of human ingenuity and defiance. He clenched his fist, the holographic projections of the fleet's blueprints flashing in his mind's eye. The ships, a symphony of sleek lines and shimmering hull plates, were a testament to the brilliance of human engineering, a hidden weapon waiting to be unleashed. They were named after legendary figures from humanity's pre-Xarathi history, a poignant reminder of the civilization they had once been, a civilization they were destined to reclaim. The air hummed with static, the message from the hidden base echoing in Rion's ears. It was a message that would change everything. The fleet is ready. His heart pounded in his chest, a drumbeat of anticipation and dread. The moment they had all been waiting for had arrived. He inhaled deeply, the city's smog burning his lungs, a familiar sting that seemed to echo the fiery emotions that coursed through him. "Prepare for launch," he whispered, his voice carrying the weight of centuries of oppression and the burgeoning hope for a new dawn. He turned, his eyes sweeping across the cityscape, the Xarathi's sleek, metallic ships hovering menacingly in the sky, a constant reminder of their oppressive presence. He saw the flickering lights of the human city, the shadows of its inhabitants going about their lives, oblivious to the clandestine preparations unfolding beneath their feet. His gaze fell upon the Xarathi's flagship, a leviathan of chrome and steel, a symbol of their dominance. The Xarathi had not just taken their freedom, they had taken their future, their spirit, their right to dream. But tonight, that would change. Tonight, the humans would fight back. He smiled, a thin, almost cruel line on his lips, a smile that reflected the raw, untamed spirit of humanity, a spirit that refused to be extinguished. Tonight, the Xarathi would learn that they had underestimated the power of a species driven by the desperate hope of survival. Tonight, they would learn the true meaning of fear. Rion gripped the railing, the steel cold against his calloused fingers. Below, the sprawling cityscape of New London shimmered under the Xarathi sun, a deceptive beauty marred by the oppressive weight of alien rule. For 50 years, the Xarathi had held humanity in their metallic grip, their advanced technology a constant reminder of our subjugation. But beneath the surface, a silent rebellion simmered, fueled by the embers of defiance that had refused to be extinguished. "The fleet is ready," the message reverberated in his mind, echoing the words that had ignited a wildfire of hope in his heart. Project Lazarus, a clandestine effort that had consumed his life for years, was finally complete. A fleet of warships, meticulously crafted in the shadows, lay poised to break the chains of Xarathi dominance. He could almost hear the laughter that would greet the news. The Xarathi, arrogant and condescending, had dismissed humanity as a conquered race, a mere footnote in their galactic conquest. They scoffed at the notion of rebellion, believing our species to be too fractured, too weak, to pose a serious threat. Their amusement was a constant reminder of their disdain, a heavy weight that burdened every human heart. "They laughed at us, Rion," a voice said beside him, a gravelly tone tinged with quiet rage. It was Elder Talon, his weathered face etched with the scars of time and the Xarathi's cruel treatment. "They called us a pathetic, insignificant species. They called us extinct." Rion nodded, his jaw clenched. The Xarathi had been quick to pronounce humanity's extinction, their technology so advanced that they believed they could erase our very existence. They had wiped out entire planets, decimated whole civilizations, all with the casual indifference of a child playing with fire. But they hadn't reckoned with the human spirit, the indomitable will that refused to be extinguished. They laughed at us, Talon repeated, his voice cracking with emotion. But they will not laugh anymore. We are not extinct. We are alive, and we are coming for them. Rion shared a knowing glance with Talon, a silent agreement passing between them. The moment was upon them. The time for waiting, for hiding, was over. Now it was time for action. Gather the captains, he instructed. We have a message to deliver. He watched as Talon disappeared into the throngs of humans, his silhouette disappearing into the shadows. The weight of their mission, the hopes of billions resting on their shoulders, pressed down on him. But he couldn't falter. He couldn't let fear cripple him. He was Rion, the leader, the beacon of hope in the darkness, and he would lead them to victory. The Xarathi might have laughed at humans, might have dismissed them as a fading memory. But they had underestimated the strength of the human spirit, the enduring power of defiance, and the unwavering commitment to freedom. They had underestimated humanity, and now they were about to pay the price. The message pulsed through the network, a silent whisper against the static of the void. The fleet is ready. It was a message born of decades of stolen moments, hushed whispers, and clandestine work. A message that reverberated through the veins of every human who had dared to dream of freedom. It was a message that would change everything. Rion stood on the bridge of the flagship, the Vanguard, a leviathan of steel and fire forged in the crucible of desperation. The ship was a testament to human ingenuity, a defiant symbol of their resilience in the face of oppression. Behind him, his crew, a mix of seasoned veterans and newly recruited hopefuls, stood poised, their faces etched with a mixture of apprehension and exhilaration. For centuries, humanity had been confined to the fringes of the Galactic Federation, a footnote in the annals of galactic history. They were a species deemed insignificant, their technology lagging behind the advanced civilizations of the galaxy. Other races dismissed them as backward, naive, and easily manipulated. They were the pawns in a larger game, the humans that had no place amongst the stars. The Xarathi, a race of reptilian beings with cold, calculating eyes and a penchant for subjugation, had taken a particular interest in humanity. For decades, they had exploited Earth's resources and ruthlessly exploited its people, treating them like livestock. Yet, beneath the surface of their apparent weakness, humans harbored a burning desire for freedom, a fire that could not be extinguished. The Xarathi's arrogant disregard for humanity had blinded them to the simmering resentment. They had underestimated the human spirit, a spirit that refused to be broken, a spirit that would rise again. Rion, a leader forged in the fires of resistance, had spent years planning for this moment. He had seen the insidious ways of the Xarathi, their subtle manipulation, their cold efficiency. He knew that a direct confrontation would be disastrous, so he had devised a more cunning approach, a secret fleet, hidden in plain sight, a weapon forged from the depths of desperation. The Xarathi were unaware of the silent construction, the clandestine network of shipyards nestled in the vast expanse of the solar system. They were unaware of the relentless work of human engineers and technicians, fueled by a burning desire for freedom, and they were utterly unaware of the message that had just pulsed through the network: the fleet is ready. The Xarathi had underestimated humanity. They had dismissed them as a minor player in the galactic drama, an insignificant species on the periphery of the grand galactic stage. They had underestimated the potential of human resilience, the human spirit's capacity for defiance and adaptation. The fleet, a force of steel and fire, stood poised to break the chains of oppression. The Xarathi were about to learn a painful lesson, that even the smallest of sparks can ignite a blaze that consumes the world. They were about to learn that humanity, despite their past subjugation, was capable of achieving greatness. They were about to learn that they had underestimated humanity at their own peril. The message crackled across Rion's comms, a triumphant surge of adrenaline electrifying his senses. The fleet is ready. He inhaled sharply, the weight of centuries of oppression pressing down on his shoulders, replaced by the invigorating thrill of rebellion. His heart pounded against his ribs, a drumbeat of hope and defiance. It's time. Rion turned, his gaze sweeping across the faces of the human resistance leaders gathered in the makeshift command center, men and women hardened by years of struggle, their faces etched with the scars of defiance. He saw determination, a burning desire for freedom in their eyes. It was time to remind the Xarathi what it meant to underestimate the human spirit. He keyed his comms, his voice resonating with unwavering conviction. Activate launch protocols. Let the Xarathi know their reign of terror is over. The command echoed through the underground bunker, a silent order that sparked a chain reaction across the hidden network of human resistance. Anya Petrova, hunched over a console in the heart of the shipyard, felt the tremor of the earth beneath her feet. It was the tremor of hope, the tremor of a rebellion finally rising. She had dedicated her life to this moment, this pivotal point in human history. For years, she'd been the ostracized prodigy, the human engineer who had been dismissed as a reckless dreamer by the Xarathi. They called her a heretic, a danger to their control. They had labeled her unhinged because she dared to dream of a future where humans were not slaves. Anya had spent countless hours in the belly of the shipyard, surrounded by the clanging of metal and the hum of machinery. She had poured her soul into every blueprint, every welding arc, every line of code. Her genius had been fueled by an unshakable belief in humanity's potential, a potential the Xarathi had sought to extinguish. This was not just about building ships. This was about building a future. Project Lazarus, she whispered, the name resonating with a bittersweet echo. It was a project born from desperation, nurtured by defiance, and fueled by a love for her people. It was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a refusal to be silenced. Project Lazarus wasn't just about building ships. It was about building a defense system unlike anything the Xarathi had ever seen. It was a system that would break the chains of their oppression, shatter their arrogance, and rewrite their understanding of human potential. The core of the project lay in Anya's revolutionary creation, a technological marvel dubbed the Phoenix engine. The Phoenix engine was a fusion of advanced technology and unconventional design, fueled by Anya's genius and the collective knowledge of the human resistance. It was a defiant act, a declaration of independence, and a testament to human ingenuity. This engine was not merely a source of power, it was a weapon that could manipulate the fabric of spacetime, creating distortions in the very fabric of reality, allowing the human fleet to leap across galaxies, unseen, unheard, and utterly unpredictable. The Xarathi, with their cold, calculating logic, would be baffled. Their superior technology, their vast resources, their unyielding arrogance, would be rendered useless against the unpredictable, the untamable, the unyielding power of the Phoenix engine. Anya watched, a mixture of pride and trepidation coursing through her veins, as the first ship, christened Valkyrie, lifted off the ground, a defiant spearhead against the Xarathi's tyrannical reign. She watched as the Phoenix engine roared to life, its energy flickering like a phoenix's fiery wings, a beacon of hope for a people who had dared to dream of freedom. The moment she had dedicated her life to had arrived, and with it, the chance to prove to the Xarathi, to the galaxy, that humans were not meant to be slaves. They were meant to soar. The Xarathi, oblivious to the impending storm brewing in the human sector, were instead preoccupied with the upcoming Galactic Federation's great race. Every year, the most advanced technologies from across the galaxy were showcased in a competition that tested innovation, speed, and efficiency. The spectacle was a grand display of technological prowess, a showcase for the galaxy's elite, and this year, the prestigious event was being held on Earth. The Xarathi, known for their superior technology and disdain for humanity, were confident in their victory. They had arrived with their latest invention, the Voidwalker, a colossal starship capable of manipulating gravity to traverse galaxies with astonishing speed. They scoffed at the human entry, a vessel called the Phoenix, claiming it to be a pathetic attempt to compete. The human delegation, led by Rion, watched the Xarathi with a stoic calm. Their ship, the Phoenix, was a marvel of engineering, built with the revolutionary Phoenix engine. The engine, the brainchild of a brilliant human engineer named Natalia, was designed to manipulate spacetime distortions, allowing the Phoenix to traverse the cosmos undetected. The Xarathi and the other participating species saw the Phoenix as nothing more than a flimsy, antiquated vessel, a pathetic attempt to compete against their own superior technology. The atmosphere at the event was electric with anticipation. Humans gathered in the thousands, their faces filled with a mix of hope and apprehension. They had been relegated to the sidelines for so long, treated as inferior beings. The great race was a chance to prove their worth, to show the galaxy that they were not a subjugated race, but a powerful force to be reckoned with. The Galactic Federation officials, a diverse group of insectoid, avian, and reptilian beings, were amused by the human entry. They saw it as a laughable attempt to compete with the advanced technology of the Xarathi and the other prestigious species. A ship built using archaic technology? How quaint, sneered Kathra, a towering reptilian creature with obsidian skin and shimmering golden eyes. A futile attempt to masquerade as a contender. The Xarathi, known for their arrogance and contempt for humans, were the most vocal in their disdain. They had a long history of looking down upon humanity, considering them to be weak, easily manipulated, and unfit for galactic governance. They might as well be competing with sticks and stones, chuckled Xar, a Xarathi leader with a condescending grin. They haven't advanced their technology in decades. The human delegates, despite the ridicule and derision, remained resolute. They knew the true potential of their ship, the Phoenix, and were confident in their ability to prove the naysayers wrong. As the great race began, the human delegation, led by Rion, remained steadfast. They were ready to show the galaxy that humans were not to be underestimated. They knew the real competition was about to begin, and the world was about to witness the full power of Project Lazarus. The air crackled with anticipation as the great race commenced. The Xarathi, their sleek, reptilian forms shimmering under the stadium lights, surveyed the assembled competitors with a mixture of disdain and amusement. Their advanced technology, a testament to their millennia-long dominance, was on full display. Their starcraft, sleek and deadly, hummed with the power of their advanced fusion drives. Amongst the other races, towering insectoids with razor-sharp mandibles, shimmering bioluminescent beings with ethereal grace, and hulking, mechanical creatures built of metal and fury, the human entry, the Phoenix, appeared almost primitive. A hulking, angular vessel, it looked like a hastily cobbled-together mess compared to the sleek, elegant ships of their rivals. The Xarathi, along with most of the assembled races, scoffed openly. Look at the humans, a gruff insectoid, its chitinous carapace glinting under the lights, sneered. They haven't advanced in centuries. They're still clinging to their primitive technology. A chorus of agreement echoed around the stadium. The humans, they felt, were a joke, a relic of a bygone era. They were outmatched in every way, their technology decades behind the rest of the galaxy. Rion, standing alongside his crew, felt the weight of their expectations. He knew the doubts, the cynicism that hung in the air, but he also saw the spark of hope in the eyes of his people. They were tired of being underestimated, tired of being seen as inferior. The Phoenix, a symbol of their resilience, their defiance, was about to prove them all wrong. The initial phase of the race was a test of raw speed. As the starting signal sounded, the stadium erupted in a cacophony of cheers and roars. The Xarathi ship, sleek and powerful, shot out like a dart, its engine a symphony of controlled chaos. Other ships followed, each showcasing the unique strengths of their respective species, weaving through the initial obstacle course with breathtaking precision. The Phoenix, however, remained behind. It moved slowly, deliberately, its engines humming with an unsettling, almost organic sound. The Xarathi and the others, convinced of its inferiority, dismissed it as a clumsy, lumbering creature doomed to lag behind. But Rion knew the truth. He had seen the Phoenix engine at work, its ability to manipulate spacetime, to bend the fabric of reality itself. The Phoenix, he knew, was not simply a ship. It was a weapon, a symbol of humanity's true potential, hidden for generations, waiting for its moment to shine. The Great Race was not a mere competition. It was a stage, a platform for humanity's resurgence. The real test, Rion knew, was about to begin. The Xarathi, blinded by their arrogance, had no idea of the storm they were about to unleash. The crowd roared. The collective gasp of disbelief rippled through the stands, a sound like 1,000 waves crashing against a shore. The Phoenix, humanity's humble entry, had just completed the first leg of the Great Race, leaving even the most advanced alien ships in its wake. It was a feat that defied all logic, all understanding. The humans, the race that was supposed to be lagging behind in technological development, had somehow managed to build a ship that defied the very fabric of space. The Xarathi, their faces contorted in a mixture of disbelief and anger, watched from the stands. They had arrived on Earth with an air of superiority, their scales gleaming under the artificial sun of the stadium, their eyes narrowed in contempt. They had been expecting a joke, a pathetic display of human incompetence, something to further solidify their position as the ruling force in the galaxy. Instead, they were witnessing a spectacle that threatened to shatter their carefully constructed image of human inferiority. "Impossible," hissed a Xarathi commander, his voice laced with barely suppressed rage. "Their engines, they're not even close to the technology we have." "How?" "It doesn't matter," retorted a subordinate, his own scales tinged with fear. "We need to get to the council. We need to put a stop to this. The Phoenix must be disqualified." "Disqualified?" scoffed another Xarathi, his voice dripping with disdain. "Why bother? They'll lose anyway. The next few legs require precision navigation and tactical maneuvers. Humans are known for their clumsy, slow movements. This anomaly is just a fluke. They won't last." Across the stadium, the representatives of other races were equally stunned. The Zorian, with their shimmering, iridescent skin and their love of logic and reason, whispered amongst themselves, their eyes wide with amazement. The Draken, their wings folding and unfolding in anxious anticipation, exchanged worried glances. The human entry's success was a blow to their own pride, a reminder that even the most advanced races could be surprised, could be humbled. "They say the human entry is a surprise," a Zorian envoy whispered to his companion. "But to me, it's more than that. It's a statement of defiance." "Defiance?" his companion chuckled, shaking his head. "They're just a bunch of primitive creatures. They couldn't possibly have a plan." The human entry, however, seemed to have more than a plan. It was a deliberate, calculated maneuver, as if the Phoenix had been designed specifically to tackle each challenge. It was a strategy that defied their known capabilities, a performance that defied their known history. The humans, despite facing ridicule and doubt, remained steadfast, their faces shining with an unwavering determination. Their captain, a young woman with eyes that held the weight of centuries of oppression, stood tall, her gaze fixed on the course ahead. The crowd watched, enthralled, their disbelief growing with each passing leg of the race. The Phoenix, with its seemingly impossible speed and agility, was showing them all what human ingenuity could achieve. And, as the finish line drew nearer, the anticipation in the air thickened, a tangible force that could be felt by all. The world was about to witness the end of the Great Race, and the start of something new. The second leg of the Great Race saw the Phoenix surge even further ahead. The initial disbelief was quickly replaced by a simmering unease, then a full-blown panic that spread through the galactic community like wildfire. No one, not even the most seasoned astrophysicists, could comprehend the Phoenix's capabilities. Its movements defied all known laws of physics. Its acceleration was instantaneous, its trajectory unpredictable. It was like a phantom vessel, flitting across the cosmic stage, leaving the other competitors in its dust. The Keldor, a proud, technologically advanced race known for their sleek, obsidian warships, were among the most vocal in their outrage. Their vessels, designed to be the pinnacle of interstellar engineering, were now rendered obsolete by a ship they considered primitive. The Keldor ambassador, a being of imposing stature and frigid demeanor, demanded an immediate investigation into the Phoenix, accusing the humans of employing unethical technology. "The Phoenix's maneuvers are impossible," he declared, his voice resonating with a chilling, guttural tone. Their vessel is clearly utilizing some form of forbidden technology, technology that we do not possess and technology that should not be allowed in a race meant to be a testament to our collective progress. His accusations fell on deaf ears. The race organizers, a collective of neutral and impartial beings from the Draken, a highly respected and ancient race, were just as baffled as everyone else. They could not deny the Phoenix's victories, but they couldn't grasp the underlying principles behind its extraordinary performance. "We are conducting a thorough review of the Phoenix's performance, Ambassador," replied the lead organizer, a Draken with silver scales shimmering under the galactic light. "However, we assure you that any technology employed by the Phoenix complies with the established rules of the Great Race." The Keldor ambassador scoffed. "Rules? What rules, when the very fabric of the universe is being manipulated? This is not a race, but a mockery of everything we stand for." The Keldor's frustrations were mirrored across the galaxy. The Zorian, a species known for their swift and graceful spacecraft, were forced to admit defeat, their finely tuned engines rendered useless against the Phoenix's unpredictable movements. The Terran, with their massive, ponderous vessels, felt a sense of humiliation, their own advanced weaponry seemingly ineffective against a human ship. Even the Xarathi, with their arrogance shattered by the Phoenix's initial victory, were now seething. Their engineers and scientists were scrambling to understand the human technology, to dissect the Phoenix's capabilities, but their efforts were met with frustration. They, like everyone else, were left to wonder about the secrets hidden within the seemingly simple human vessel. The fear was palpable, radiating from the onlookers gathered across the galaxy. The Phoenix, with its audacious displays of power, was not just a contender anymore, it was a threat. A threat to their established order, their technological superiority, their understanding of the very universe they thought they knew. The Great Race was no longer a celebration of interstellar achievement. It had become a crucible, a test of the human spirit, and the Phoenix, a beacon of defiance, was leading them toward the unknown. The human race, once dismissed as primitive, had not only entered the race, they were shattering the foundations upon which the galactic community stood. The universe was changing, and the whispers of fear and fascination echoed from one star system to another. The third leg of the Great Race was a test of navigation and strategy. The Phoenix, having secured a comfortable lead, needed to navigate a treacherous asteroid field, a complex maze of celestial bodies that challenged even the most advanced ships. The Xarathi, in a bid to sabotage the race, had manipulated the field's gravity, creating erratic gravitational pulls that threatened to send even the sturdiest ships hurtling into oblivion. Rion, with his eyes fixed on the galaxy map, studied the volatile gravitational anomalies. He knew this was a trap, a test designed to exploit the Phoenix's supposed limitations, but instead he saw an opportunity. He ordered a course adjustment, steering the Phoenix not around the field, but straight through its heart. The ship bucked and shuddered as it navigated the chaotic asteroid field. Rion, gripping the control panel, felt the fear of the crew, the sense of unease that hung in the air. He looked at his navigator, a seasoned veteran named Zara, who was calmly charting a course, her face unreadable. "Are you sure about this, Zara?" Rion asked, his voice laced with concern. "This is reckless, even for the Phoenix." Zara, looking up from her console, met Rion's gaze with an unwavering intensity. "Captain, we have to trust the Phoenix. It knows what it's doing." The Phoenix, defying all expectations, began to move with an uncanny grace, weaving between the asteroids, its hull scraping against the cold metal surfaces. The ship, normally a silent vessel, hummed with a strange energy, a low thrum that vibrated through the crew's bones. The Xarathi, watching the Phoenix's audacious maneuver on their screens, were stunned. Their trap, designed to cripple the human ship, seemed to be working in its favor. They couldn't comprehend the Phoenix's unorthodox maneuver, the impossible path it was taking through the field. Suddenly, the ship lurched violently, throwing everyone off their feet. Rion scrambled to his feet, grabbing the control panel to steady himself. He saw on his screen that they were at the heart of the field, surrounded by asteroids, the gravitational forces swirling around them. "We're going to be crushed," a crew member screamed. Zara, her eyes locked on the console, calmly spoke. "It's not crushing us, Captain. It's absorbing us." As the words left her lips, the Phoenix began to pulse with an unnatural light. The asteroids around them, instead of colliding, were drawn toward the ship, as if by a powerful magnet. They were enveloped in a sphere of light, pulled into the ship's core, their metallic bodies dissolving into a swirling, ethereal mist. Rion, his mind racing, saw the Xarathi ships watching from a distance, their faces contorted in disbelief and fear. This wasn't just luck. This was something far beyond human comprehension, something that defied the laws of physics. The Phoenix wasn't just navigating the field, it was consuming it, using the very chaos it was designed to exploit to fuel its own power. He looked at Zara, his eyes filled with a mix of awe and apprehension. "What is this?" Zara, her face pale, but her eyes filled with a strange light, whispered, "The Phoenix engine." Rion, finally understanding the truth, felt a chill run down his spine. He had always believed in the Phoenix engine, the secret weapon that Anya Petrova had designed, a weapon capable of manipulating spacetime, a weapon that could alter the very fabric of reality. He had never imagined its potential was this vast, this terrifying. The Phoenix wasn't just a ship. It was a living entity, a creature of pure energy that could devour chaos and emerge stronger. It was a weapon of unimaginable power, a weapon that could reshape the very universe. As the asteroids were absorbed into the Phoenix, their energy surging through the ship's veins, a new sensation washed over Rion, a sense of power, of being connected to something far greater than himself. He was no longer simply the captain of the Phoenix. He was its steward, its shepherd, guiding this creature of unimaginable power. He had underestimated the Phoenix, underestimated its potential. The humans had not just built a ship. They had unleashed a force that would change the galaxy forever. The Xarathi, watching the spectacle unfold in horror, finally understood the true extent of the threat they faced. They had underestimated the humans, dismissed them as a weak, inferior race. Now they were facing the consequences of their arrogance. The great race was no longer just a competition. It was a revelation. The revelation of what the humans were truly capable of, the revelation of the power that lay dormant within them, waiting to be unleashed. This was no longer a race, it was a battle for the future of the galaxy, and the humans were ready to fight. The Keldor, a race known for their technological prowess and unwavering adherence to rules, were seething. The Phoenix, a vessel they deemed technologically inferior, had not only won the first two legs of the great race, but was now seemingly consuming the treacherous asteroid field in the third leg, defying all known laws of physics. Their rage, however, was quickly replaced by a chilling calculation. The Phoenix was a threat, not just to the Keldor's pride, but to the very foundations of galactic order. The implications of a race possessing such technology, defying even their advanced understanding, were too dangerous to ignore. A clandestine meeting was held in the Keldor's hidden council chamber, a space bathed in the cold glow of an energy field. Their leader, a being with eyes like polished obsidian and a voice that resonated with cold logic, addressed the assembled council. "The Phoenix must be eliminated," he declared. "Its technology is a blight on the galactic order. We cannot allow it to continue unchecked." The Keldor, known for their ruthlessness and manipulative tactics, devised a plan. They would exploit the race rules, utilizing a loophole in the fair competition clause. A Keldor ship, a sleek black vessel named the Black Maw, was tasked with sabotaging the Phoenix, disguised as a routine inspection. The Black Maw, under the command of a cunning and ambitious Keldor named Varus, was equipped with a sophisticated energy disruptor, designed to overload the Phoenix's systems and render it inoperable. On board the Phoenix, the crew was unaware of the impending danger. They were in a state of awe, watching the Phoenix engine devour the asteroid field, its power surging through the ship. Rion, his mind racing with the implications of the technology, couldn't help but feel a sense of exhilaration. This wasn't just about winning a race, it was about proving what humanity was truly capable of. The Black Maw approached the Phoenix, its stealth system masking its presence. Varus, his face a mask of steely determination, watched the Phoenix with a mixture of envy and disdain. He knew he was violating the race rules, but he was confident he could get away with it. He issued the command to engage the energy disruptor, but the Phoenix, seemingly sensing the threat, reacted with startling speed. A wave of energy, emanating from the Phoenix engine, enveloped the Black Maw. The disruptor, designed to overload the Phoenix's systems, was instead overwhelmed by the Phoenix engine's raw power. Varus watched in horror as the Black Maw's systems began to overload, the ship shaking violently. He frantically tried to override the system, but it was too late. The Black Maw was ripped apart, its energy dissipated by the Phoenix engine. On the Phoenix, the crew, initially unaware of the attack, were left speechless. They had witnessed the Phoenix engine, not only powering the ship, but seemingly absorbing the energy of the Black Maw, turning a potential attack into a source of power. The Phoenix, instead of being crippled, had become even stronger, its engine humming with a new intensity. Rion, however, felt a pang of unease. He understood the implications of the Keldor's attempt. This was not a mere act of sabotage, but a statement, a warning. The galaxy was watching, and they were not impressed by the Phoenix's prowess. They were afraid, and that fear could manifest in countless ways. Rion knew that the Phoenix, and by extension, humanity, was now under scrutiny, a target for those who felt threatened by their potential. The great race had become more than just a competition. It was a battlefield, and the fight for their future had just begun. The news of the Black Maw's disappearance was met with a cacophony of murmurs and whispers throughout the grand viewing platform. The Keldor, known for their meticulous planning and unwavering adherence to the rules, had vanished. Their silence, a testament to their mounting unease, was more eloquent than any official statement. The other races, already on edge due to the Phoenix's bewildering feats, grew increasingly agitated, their faces a tapestry of fear and fascination. The whispers became louder, more insistent, echoing the question, what had become of the Black Maw? Anya, perched in the Phoenix's control room, her eyes fixed on a constellation of flashing lights on her console, felt the weight of their gaze. She knew the Black Maw had met its end, absorbed by her creation, its essence woven into the very fabric of the Phoenix. This wasn't mere chance, but a calculated move. Years of meticulous research, fueled by both her passion and defiance, had prepared her for such an event. Her fingers danced over the console, meticulously adjusting parameters, amplifying the Phoenix's capabilities. The ship responded, its energy signature shifting, crackling with a newfound power. She felt the hum of the Phoenix engine resonating through her veins, a symphony of chaos and control. It was an orchestra of destruction, a conduit of cosmic energy, a weapon capable of defying the laws of physics. The news arrived, a bolt of lightning amidst the growing tension. The Phoenix's performance had been enhanced, its speed accelerating, its maneuverability exceeding all known limits. It wasn't just moving faster, it was dancing through space, a celestial ballet defying all earthly logic. This was a demonstration, not of power, but of an entirely different way of interacting with the universe. The Phoenix was no longer a ship. It was a living entity, a force of nature unleashed. The whispers turned into shouts, a chorus of awe and terror. The Zorians, with their cold, calculating minds, scrambled to update their mathematical models, their equations failing to grasp the Phoenix's chaotic beauty. The Draken, their stoic demeanor wavering, were forced to acknowledge the undeniable truth. They had underestimated humans. The very fabric of galactic order, the bedrock of their existence, had been shattered by the Phoenix. Their collective horror was a mirror to Rion's silent triumph. The Phoenix, his creation, was no longer a vessel, but a symbol of humanity's potential, a testament to their resilience, a beacon of hope against a tide of fear. The fear, though, was not just for them. The Phoenix had become a symbol of the unknown, a force beyond their comprehension. It was a threat to their established order, a challenge to their way of life. Their fear was a testament to the Phoenix's power. It was a power that they did not understand, a power that they could not control, a power that was a reminder of their own limitations. The Phoenix had awakened a new kind of fear in the galaxy, a fear that was not of weapons or brute force, but of a power that was beyond their grasp. It was a fear that they did not know how to deal with, a fear that they could not understand. And as the Phoenix continued to soar through the stars, its engine humming with cosmic energy, it was clear that the galaxy was on the cusp of change, a change that would be brought about by the humans, the species that had once been dismissed as insignificant, now poised to rewrite the rules of the universe. The final leg of the great race was a spectacle unlike anything the galaxy had ever witnessed. The sky above the finish line planet, a swirling vortex of shimmering energies, crackled with anticipation. The remaining competitors, their ships sleek and formidable, circled the finish line, their captains tense and wary. The Phoenix, however, stood apart. It pulsed with an eerie luminescence, its hull rippling like water. It was no longer the underdog, the ship that had defied expectations, but a force of nature, drawing all eyes, its presence dominating the celestial stage. The crowd roared, their cheers a tempest of sound, echoing across the planet. Then, as the starting signal blazed, the Phoenix, instead of launching forward, did something unexpected. It spun, a whirlwind of light and energy, drawing the crowd's gaze into its heart. It was a ballet of destruction and beauty, as if the ship were dancing with the very fabric of space itself. From its core, a radiant wave of energy erupted, cascading outwards in a breathtaking display of power. The wave, a symphony of light and color, rippled outward, swallowing the surrounding space. The other competitors, caught off guard, scrambled to avoid the surge, their ships bucking and shuddering under the wave's powerful influence. But the wave wasn't destructive, it was transformative. It was a tide of pure energy, a wave of possibility, rewriting the very laws of physics as it passed. The entire field pulsed, its gravity warping, its space bending, as if the universe itself had been touched by a divine hand. The Phoenix, at the epicenter of this cosmic storm, was a beacon of brilliance. The energy, originating from its core, pulsed in sync with the wave, feeding it, fueling it. It was a spectacle of both terrifying power and mesmerizing beauty, a spectacle that defied all logical explanation. The galaxy watched, mesmerized, as the Phoenix danced with the very fabric of reality. And then, as if it were a natural phenomenon, the wave dissipated. The space, once warped, returned to its original state. The gravity, once distorted, settled back into its familiar rhythm. The other competitors, battered and bewildered, had survived the wave, but they were no longer contenders. The Phoenix, however, had not just survived, it had transformed. It was a testament to human ingenuity, a symbol of humanity's potential. It was no longer just a ship. It was a living entity, a force of nature, a manifestation of their hidden resilience. The Phoenix had defied not only its opponents, but also the very laws of physics, revealing a technology so advanced, so revolutionary, that it seemed almost impossible. As the Phoenix crossed the finish line, its victory was a foregone conclusion. But its triumph was more than just a win. It was a statement. It was a declaration that humanity, despite being underestimated and oppressed, had achieved the impossible. It had shown the galaxy that they were not just a conquered race, but a force to be reckoned with. They had unveiled a weapon, a technology, that would change the galaxy forever. The Xarathi had underestimated them, dismissing them as primitive, but their arrogance had blinded them to the true potential of humanity. Now, the galaxy had seen, and it was left in awe and fear, for the Phoenix had not just won the race, it had shattered the galactic order, and from the ashes of that old order, a new era was born, an era where humanity would finally stand tall. The Federation Council, a body composed of representatives from various galactic races, was in a state of panic. The Phoenix, a seemingly insignificant human vessel, had not only won the great race, but had done so with a technology that defied all known laws of physics. The Council, driven by fear and a desire for control, decided to take action. A fleet of warships, a diverse collection of alien vessels representing the most powerful races in the galaxy, was dispatched to Earth. Their mission was simple: seize the Phoenix and its technology, and, if necessary, neutralize its creator. The news reached Anya Petrova, the brilliant engineer responsible for the Phoenix, like a cold wind. She knew that the Council's actions were born of fear, a fear of the unknown, a fear of the power that humanity had unleashed. But Anya was not afraid. She had risked everything to build the Phoenix, to give humanity a chance to reclaim its rightful place among the stars. Now, she would defend her creation. The Federation fleet arrived at Earth, a spectacle of alien might. Their warships were behemoths of metal and energy, bristling with weaponry that could shatter planets. But as they approached, they encountered something unexpected. The Phoenix, which had been sitting in a secure hangar, was gone. It had vanished without a trace, leaving behind only a faint shimmer in the air, a residual effect of its space-time manipulation capabilities. The Council was bewildered. They had underestimated the Phoenix, underestimated Anya's ingenuity. Anya and her team had anticipated this move. They had prepared a contingency plan, a network of hidden bases and secret tunnels that allowed them to move the Phoenix undetected. They had also developed a new tactic, a way to exploit the Phoenix's ability to manipulate spacetime to create a temporary barrier, a bubble of distorted reality that protected their base. The Federation fleet, unable to locate the Phoenix, bombarded the last known location of the ship. But their weapons were met with a strange anomaly. The energy blast seemed to fade into nothingness, swallowed by the distortion field generated by the Phoenix. The fleet's sensors were overwhelmed, their communications disrupted. It was as if the Phoenix had created a pocket dimension, a sanctuary in the fabric of reality itself. The Federation fleet was forced to retreat, their arrogance replaced by a grudging respect. They had underestimated humanity, underestimated the power that lay dormant within them. Anya had proved that the Phoenix was not just a ship, but a weapon, a symbol of defiance, a testament to the power of human ingenuity. And she would not allow it to be taken. The fight for freedom, for the future of humanity, was just beginning. The Keldor, their pride wounded and their control threatened, reacted with a fury that shook the very foundations of the Galactic Order. Their response was swift and brutal, a full-scale assault on Earth, the planet that had dared to challenge their supremacy. The sky above Earth erupted in a symphony of destruction as Keldor warships, cloaked in shimmering energy fields, ripped through the protective barrier that had shielded the planet for millennia. Beams of concentrated plasma, the color of a dying star, arced across the atmosphere, painting the skies with streaks of fire. Panic gripped the streets of the once bustling cities, as civilians scurried for shelter, the din of explosions drowning out the screams of the terrified. The Earth, for centuries a source of amusement and subjugation, was now a target of merciless vengeance. The Keldor assault was coordinated and relentless, targeting not just military installations but also key infrastructure, power grids, and communication centers. Their aim was to cripple Earth's ability to defend itself and, more importantly, to seize the Phoenix, the symbol of human defiance. However, the Keldor were not alone in their fear. The news of the Keldor's invasion spread like wildfire, throwing the galactic community into disarray. The news cycles were filled with panicked reports and frantic pleas for intervention, as the once harmonious galactic order fractured under the strain of the Keldor's rage. The Xorian, a race known for their advanced technology and diplomatic prowess, were the first to respond, dispatching their sleek, silver warships to Earth's orbit. The Draken, a race of reptilian warriors known for their fierce loyalty, followed suit, their crimson-plated cruisers forming a menacing line across the sky. However, their primary concern was not to defend Earth, but to secure their own technologies. They had witnessed the Phoenix's power, and they were not willing to risk their own advancements falling into the Keldor's hands. The Xorian and Draken, while not directly attacking the Keldor, were positioning themselves to ensure they were not caught in the crossfire. The Federation Council, reeling from the Phoenix's unexpected power, was paralyzed by indecision. They had dispatched a fleet to Earth, but they had been decisively routed by the Phoenix's technology. Now, facing the Keldor's full might, their fear surpassed their desire for control. Their own technological advancements, once a source of pride, now seemed fragile and vulnerable. They watched from the sidelines, their own warships a mere shadow of the Keldor's might, their silence a testament to their fear and their powerlessness. The Keldor, however, were not concerned with the reactions of the other races. Their focus was solely on Earth and the Phoenix, their rage consuming everything else. Their assault was a desperate attempt to restore the old order, to crush the rebellion, and to erase the memory of their humiliation. The Earth, once a playground for their amusement, was now a battleground for their survival. The fate of the galaxy hung in the balance, as the Keldor's invasion unleashed a chaos that threatened to consume them all. The Keldor assault was a brutal symphony of destruction, their sleek warships tearing through Earth's defenses with chilling efficiency. The human defenders, valiant but outmatched, fought a desperate rearguard action, buying time for the Phoenix to prepare. Rion, his face grim but resolute, watched the unfolding chaos from the command deck. He knew that the fate of Earth, and perhaps even humanity's future, rested on Anya and her creation. Suddenly, the sky above Earth erupted in a blaze of blinding light. The Keldor warships, caught in a wave of shimmering energy, were thrown off course, their weapons sputtering and failing. Their communications jammed, their intricate targeting systems overwhelmed. They were thrown into disarray. It was the Phoenix, rising from its hidden base, a beacon of defiance in the face of overwhelming odds. Anya, her face illuminated by the pulsating blue energy of the Phoenix engine, directed the ship's power with a surgeon's precision. She had woven a shield of spacetime distortion around Earth, a shimmering, impenetrable barrier against the Keldor's attack. But she had also, in a stroke of genius, absorbed the energy of their weapons, turning their own power against them. The Keldor vessels, stripped of their offensive capability, became vulnerable targets. Rion watched in awe as the Phoenix, guided by Anya's will, danced through the battlefield, a whirlwind of light and energy. The Keldor warships, their once unyielding confidence shattered, turned their attention to the source of this unexpected assault. Their weapons, now useless against the distorted field, rained harmlessly upon the Phoenix. Their attempts to penetrate its defenses met with a resounding, defiant silence. Panic spread like wildfire among the Keldor command. Their technological superiority, their unwavering belief in their dominance, was being challenged by a single ship, piloted by a human they had dismissed as inferior. Their orders, once crisp and decisive, became frantic. Their attempts to regroup met with confusion and miscommunication. They are disarmed," stuttered a Keldor officer, his voice trembling with disbelief. "Their weapons, they are inactive." "Report from the flagship," a Keldor admiral barked, his voice laced with desperation. "What is the status?" "We are unable to penetrate their defenses," the voice replied, the fear in its tone unmistakable. They are manipulating spacetime, their technology. It is incomprehensible." The Keldor admiral's face contorted in fury and fear. His warships, once the symbol of their power, were now helpless against the humans' baffling technology. The tide of the battle was turning, and the Keldor were losing. "Focus fire," he roared, his voice laced with desperation. "We must break their shield. We must eliminate the threat before it is too late." But it was too late. The Phoenix, powered by Anya's unyielding will and the Phoenix engine, was a whirlwind of chaos, a vortex of energy that ripped through the Keldor fleet, leaving behind only a trail of smoking wreckage. The Keldor, once so proud and powerful, were now on the run, their dreams of conquest shattered by a human they had underestimated. They retreated, leaving behind a battlefield littered with the remnants of their once mighty fleet, a testament to the courage and resilience of humanity. The Keldor's assault, which had threatened to crush Earth and its people, had been turned back. Anya, with her unwavering determination and her remarkable creation, had saved the day, proving to the galaxy that humanity, even under the weight of oppression, could rise to meet any challenge. And as the Keldor fled, their defeat resonated across the stars, a chilling reminder that even the mightiest empires could fall before the indomitable spirit of a people fighting for their freedom. The Keldor retreat was a turning point, a crack in the wall of their arrogance. The galaxy watched, aghast and mesmerized, as the seemingly invincible Keldor were pushed back, their weapons rendered useless against a force they couldn't comprehend. For the humans, the fear of annihilation had given way to a cautious hope. It was a hope kindled by the Phoenix, a symbol of defiance, a beacon of their hidden potential. Rion, standing on the bridge of the Phoenix, watched the Keldor ships vanish into the void, their retreat a silent testament to the power they had underestimated. The air crackled with tension, a mix of relief and the anticipation of what lay ahead. "They'll be back," a gruff voice cut through the silence. It was Marcus, the chief tactician, his face etched with lines of worry. "They'll find a way to counter the Phoenix." Rion nodded, his gaze fixed on the vastness of space. "We know that," he said. "But we have to be prepared. We have to show them that we're not just a threat, we're a force to be reckoned with." The Phoenix had proven its might, but the Keldor were just one piece in the complex game of galactic power. There were other threats, other powers waiting in the shadows, observing, waiting for the right moment to strike. "We need to make a statement," Rion continued, his voice echoing in the bridge. "We need to show the galaxy what we are capable of, not just defend ourselves. We need to unleash the full potential of the Phoenix." The words hung in the air, a challenge, a promise. The crew exchanged uneasy glances, aware of the gravity of what their captain was suggesting. The Phoenix was a weapon, a force of chaos, but unleashing its full power could have unpredictable consequences. Rion saw the hesitation in their eyes and held up a hand. "I know it's a risk," he said, his voice firm, unwavering. "But we've been fighting for too long, living in the shadows. It's time to show the galaxy who we truly are, what we are capable of." He looked at each member of his crew, meeting their gaze, searching for their understanding, their trust. "We are the Phoenix," he said, his voice ringing with conviction. "We are the embodiment of human defiance, of human ingenuity. We are the future, and the future starts now." With that, Rion issued the order. The Phoenix, a vessel that had once been a secret, a whisper in the vastness of space, was about to become a roar, a declaration of defiance, a herald of a new age. The crew, their fear replaced with a sense of purpose, went to work, their hands moving with practiced precision. The Phoenix hummed with energy, the air thick with anticipation. They were about to unleash a force that would shake the foundations of the galaxy. The Phoenix engine, once a secret whisper of Anya's brilliance, was ready to sing. Rion watched as the ship transformed, its silhouette blurring, its edges shimmering. It was no longer just a vessel, it was a testament to human resilience, a symbol of hope, a phoenix rising from the ashes of oppression. The galaxy would remember this day. The day the humans rose from the ashes, the day they took back their future, the day the Phoenix soared. It was a day of defiance, a day of reckoning. It was a day of unveiling. The silence that followed the Keldor's retreat was pregnant with anticipation. The Phoenix, a vessel that had once been a symbol of hope, now stood as a beacon of fear, a silent testament to humanity's potential. It was not just the ship's ability to bend spacetime, or its devastating defense against the Keldor, but the ominous silence that followed that hinted at something even more profound. As if in response to the unspoken questions, the Phoenix began to pulsate, its hull rippling with an energy unseen before. From its core, a shimmering tendril erupted, reaching out like a grasping vine towards the vastness of space. Then, with an almost impossible speed, the tendril replicated itself, branching out into multiple tendrils, each one blossoming into a mirror image of the Phoenix. In a breathtaking display of creation, a fleet of these magnificent ships came into being, their forms shimmering with a luminescent energy, like stars newly born. The galactic community, already reeling from the Phoenix's earlier displays of power, stood aghast. Whispers of disbelief and awe echoed across the Federation Council's communication channels. The Keldor, having witnessed the birth of this fleet firsthand, were now paralyzed by a chilling fear. Their arrogance, the foundation of their dominance, had crumbled into dust. The Zorian, renowned for their philosophical composure, found their intellectual frameworks shattered. Their carefully constructed understanding of the universe was now a mere shadow, eclipsed by the sheer audacity of human ingenuity. They had witnessed the birth of a technological marvel that defied their understanding of physics, a spectacle that left them questioning everything they had ever known. The Draken, a race known for their stoic demeanor and unwavering pragmatism, felt a cold fear grip their hearts. Their advanced technology, once a source of pride, now felt like a fragile tool in the face of the Phoenix's might. They understood that a new era had begun, an era where the balance of power had irrevocably shifted. They were no longer the masters of their own destiny, but pawns in a game played by a force they could barely comprehend. The spectacle of the Phoenix fleet's creation was not just a display of power, but a resounding message. The message was clear. The human species, once seen as a weak and subservient race, had risen from the ashes, a phoenix reborn, ready to claim their rightful place among the stars. The silence that had gripped the galaxy was not just one of fear, but of respect. The galaxy had witnessed a miracle, the birth of a fleet that could traverse the cosmos at unimaginable speeds, a fleet capable of shaping the future of the universe. They had laughed at humans. They had underestimated them. Now they would know the true price of their arrogance. The sight of a dozen phoenixes, each a perfect replica of the original, shimmering in the void of space, had been a spectacle that had shaken the Galactic Federation to its core. The Council, once a beacon of authority, had been rendered mute by the sheer display of power. Their initial fear of the Phoenix had morphed into a cold dread of the human fleet. They had been too quick to judge humans as inferior, too complacent in their own technological superiority. Now, they were forced to acknowledge the undeniable truth. Humans were a force to be reckoned with. The negotiations were tense, a delicate dance between fear and grudging respect. The human envoy, a seasoned diplomat named Kai, entered the Federation Council chambers, his face etched with the burden of 1,000 lives. He was a master of words, a warrior clad in diplomacy. He spoke of humanity's resilience, their unwavering spirit in the face of oppression, and their unwavering desire for freedom. He also spoke of the fleet, not as a threat, but as a symbol of their new power, a force capable of securing the safety of their home planet. The council, led by the seasoned Keldor Senator Tilar, listened intently. Their eyes, once filled with disdain, now mirrored a flicker of unease. Tilar, a seasoned politician, shifted in his seat, aware of the implications of this unexpected shift in power. He could sense the nervousness among his fellow senators, the fear that had gripped their hearts like a vice. They were no longer the undisputed arbiters of galactic law. Kai, sensing their hesitation, pressed forward. He offered a treaty, a pact of mutual respect and cooperation. It was a daring proposal, a bridge built on the foundation of fear and respect. The treaty outlined a framework for trade and cooperation, a recognition of humanity's rightful place in the galactic community. Tilar, a master negotiator, saw the opportunity hidden within this precarious situation. He realized that the Keldor could leverage this new alliance to their advantage. He proposed a joint military force, a unified front against the chaos that was threatening the fragile peace of the galaxy. He painted a picture of a collaborative future, where human technology could complement Keldor's strength, creating an unstoppable force for good. Kai, with a sly smile, accepted the proposal. He knew that the Keldor were seeking to regain control, but this alliance provided a strategic advantage. It allowed the humans to infiltrate the Keldor's infrastructure, gather intelligence, and potentially even undermine their power from within. The treaty was signed, a bittersweet victory for both sides. The Galactic Federation, humbled and shaken, was forced to acknowledge the power of the human fleet. It was a sign of the times, a testament to human resilience and ingenuity. The galaxy was forever changed. The balance of power irrevocably shifted. The era of human subjugation was over. The era of human dominance had begun. The Keldor, their arrogance bruised and their pride shattered, found themselves at a crossroads. The echoes of their defeat on Earth, the humiliating retreat from a planet they had once considered beneath their notice, still reverberated through their collective consciousness. Their once unassailable position in the galactic hierarchy was now threatened by a species they had long dismissed as primitive. The Keldor Council convened, their faces etched with a mixture of anger and fear. They were a proud race, renowned for their scientific prowess and their unwavering belief in their own superiority. To be defeated by humans, a race they considered little more than insects, was a bitter pill to swallow. "We cannot allow this to stand," growled Tilar, his voice a low rumble. "They are a threat to our dominance, a stain on our reputation. We must act decisively." The other council members, weary from the recent conflict and the constant reminder of their failure, agreed. They needed to regain their foothold, not only in the galaxy but also within their own society. A desperate plan began to take shape. "We will negotiate," Tilar proposed, a flicker of cunning in his eyes. "They crave recognition. We will offer them a seat at the table, a place amongst the elite. In exchange, they will relinquish their technology, their weapons, and pledge their allegiance to the Keldor." The idea, though fraught with risk, resonated with the council. They knew that they could not afford to let the humans remain a wild card, a constant threat to their fragile authority. They would offer a false promise of equality, a deceptive olive branch, hoping to appease the humans and reclaim their position as the dominant force in the galaxy. The human ambassador, a seasoned diplomat named Rion, arrived at the Keldor homeworld, a swirling nebula of gas and dust that held a hidden fortress of technology. Rion was a tall man, his face bearing the lines of hardship and the steely resolve of a leader. He knew that the Keldor were desperate, their offer a desperate attempt to salvage their shattered pride. But he also knew that this was an opportunity to secure a lasting peace, to prevent further conflict and bloodshed. The Keldor Council, clad in their shimmering armor, greeted Rion with a show of cold politeness. They were a formidable sight, their bodies a symphony of scales and spikes, their eyes glowing with a cold, calculating intelligence. "Welcome, human," said Tilar, his voice a low purr. "We have come to an understanding. We offer you a place among the galactic powers, a seat at the Council of Stars. In return, we ask that you relinquish the dangerous technology you wield, for it threatens the delicate balance of the galaxy." Rion listened patiently, his gaze unwavering. He understood the Keldor's true intentions, but he also recognized the opportunity this presented. He would play their game, but on his own terms. "We appreciate your offer," Rion replied, his voice calm and measured. "But we believe that the galaxy is large enough for all of us. We have no desire to relinquish our technology, for it is our shield against those who would oppress us. We will not be forced to choose between our freedom and our strength." His response, though polite, was firm, leaving no room for doubt. He had rejected their offer, not with outright hostility, but with a resolute determination that sent a clear message: they would not be cowed. The Keldor were stunned. Their facade of civility faltered, replaced by a flash of anger. "You refuse our offer?" Tilar hissed, his voice laced with fury. "Are you aware of the consequences of your defiance?" "We are well aware," Rion countered, his voice unwavering. "But we will not submit to your demands. We have proven ourselves capable of defending our own interests. If you wish to negotiate, then do so with respect and an understanding that we are not your pawns." Rion's words hung in the air, a challenge that resonated in the hearts of the Keldor. The Keldor Council, for the first time in their history, felt the sting of doubt, a tremor of fear that shook their very foundation. They had underestimated the humans, and now they were facing the consequences. They had come to bargain, but instead, they had been met with an unyielding determination that threatened to upend their carefully constructed order. The silence in the Federation Council chamber was deafening. The Keldor, their faces contorted with a mixture of anger and apprehension, watched as a human woman, her eyes blazing with defiance, addressed them. Her name was Anya, and she had become a legend, a symbol of human resilience and the architect of the Phoenix Fleet, a force that had shattered the established order of the galaxy. "The Keldor have offered us a place at your table, a seat among the galactic elite," Anya began, her voice resonating with an authority that surprised even the most seasoned diplomats. "But we are not beggars. We are not pawns in your game of dominance." She paused, her gaze sweeping over the gathered representatives. "We have tasted freedom, and we will not surrender it. We will not be your subjects." A ripple of shock ran through the chamber. The Keldor had offered this alliance not as a sign of respect, but as a tactic to regain control. They had expected humans to be desperate, to cling to any semblance of power they could grasp. They had misjudged the human spirit. "We offer you a different path," Anya continued, her voice rising with conviction. "A path of mutual respect, of shared progress, of a galaxy where power is not measured in conquest, but in cooperation." She laid out her vision, a new order, a new galactic code. The humans would not be subjugated, but they would not seek to dominate either. They would be partners, sharing knowledge and resources, collaborating on projects that benefited all races. "We will not abandon our technology," Anya declared, her eyes unwavering. "It is a testament to our ingenuity, our potential, our commitment to building a better future." Her words sent a chill through the chamber. The Keldor had been accustomed to dictating terms, to wielding their technological superiority as a weapon. The humans, once seen as mere pawns, had become a force to be reckoned with, a force that dared to challenge the established order. The impact of Anya's vision was immediate and profound. It shook the foundations of the Galactic Federation, forcing other races to reconsider their alliances and their place in the galaxy. The Zorian, known for their diplomatic prowess, embraced the human vision, seeing it as a chance for greater collaboration and shared prosperity. The Draken, a race of proud warriors, were hesitant but intrigued, recognizing the potential for a new era of stability and mutual benefit. The Keldor, however, were furious. They had been challenged, their power threatened. They began to whisper amongst themselves, plotting, scheming, seeking ways to regain control. But Anya had anticipated their response. The human fleet was not just a military force, it was a beacon of hope, a symbol of a new dawn for the galaxy. Anya had created a system of safeguards, ensuring that the Phoenix technology would never fall into the wrong hands. She had also established a council, a body composed of representatives from various races, tasked with guiding the galaxy towards this new future. The journey ahead would be fraught with challenges, but one thing was certain: the galaxy would never be the same. The humans, once considered a weak and subjugated race, had become a force to be reckoned with. They had not just reclaimed their place in the galaxy, they had changed its course, ushering in a new era of cooperation and progress. The future, for better or worse, now belonged to those who dared to dream of a better tomorrow. The tremors of change rippled through the Galactic Federation like a supernova, its aftershocks shaking the foundations of the established order. The Keldor, once the undisputed masters of the galactic stage, found themselves relegated to a mere player, their arrogant demands and threats met with a stoic silence. Their meticulously crafted plans, once a guarantee of success, now echoed with a hollow emptiness. Humanity, the species they had deemed inferior for centuries, had become a force they could no longer ignore. The Zorian, ever watchful, saw in the Phoenix fleet a powerful ally, a kindred spirit in their defiance of the old guard. Their once cautious whispers about human potential grew into open admiration. They offered their technological expertise, their understanding of dimensional physics, to the human fleet, a gesture of respect that echoed across the galaxy. The Draken, known for their brutal pragmatism, saw in the human-led alliance a chance to secure their own interests, a new order in which their formidable military prowess could flourish unchallenged. They aligned themselves with the humans, their warships flanking the Phoenix fleet, a menacing display of combined force. The Keldor, once masters of the galactic chessboard, now watched in simmering resentment as their pawns moved against them. They had underestimated the human spirit, the unwavering will that had fueled their rise. Their arrogant attempts to broker a peace that would leave them in control were met with a resounding no. Their fear, previously hidden beneath a veneer of superiority, now flickered in the shadows of their eyes. The balance of power had shifted, and it was a shift they couldn't control. The human fleet, forged in the fires of adversity, now stood as a beacon of hope for the oppressed, a symbol of defiance against the established order. The Phoenix, no longer a singular vessel, now a fleet of identical ships, moved through the galaxy with a confidence that belied its recent origins. It had become a living testament to human resilience, proof that even the most downtrodden species could rise to challenge the seemingly invincible. The galactic community, long accustomed to the Keldor's rule, found themselves caught in a whirlwind of change. The humans, with their unyielding resolve and unexpected technological prowess, had rewritten the rules of the game. Fear, once reserved for the humans, now flowed through the veins of the Keldor. The galaxy watched, breathlessly, as the human fleet, its engines humming with an energy that transcended even the Keldor's understanding, sailed towards a future where the old order would no longer hold. The Keldor, once feared and revered, now found themselves facing an uncertain future. The respect they had once commanded now felt like a faded memory, a whisper in the wind. The humans, once their subjects, had become their equal, their peers in a new galactic order. They would have to adapt, to learn from their mistakes, to find a place in a galaxy where the old ways no longer held sway. The human spirit, the spirit of resilience, had awakened, and its roar echoed across the stars, a call for a new beginning, a new era of peace, a new era where humanity stood shoulder to shoulder with the other races, forging a future where cooperation, not fear, would be the guiding force. The galaxy, for the first time in centuries, was on the verge of a transformation, its future uncertain, its possibilities boundless. The air in the command center buzzed with an electricity that had nothing to do with the humming of the Phoenix fleet's power conduits. It was the electricity of a people finally taking their place on the galactic stage. Anya, the architect of their newfound strength, sat at the heart of it all, her gaze sweeping over the faces of the human leadership assembled around her. A hero, they called her, a legend, the one who had shattered the old order and ushered in a new dawn. But within her, a storm raged. She was not a warrior, nor a politician. She was a scientist, a dreamer who had dared to push the boundaries of known physics. Now, she held the fate of an entire species in her hands. The galaxy was watching, waiting to see what the humans would do next. "We have a choice," she finally spoke, her voice calm and measured, a stark contrast to the turmoil within her. "We can hold on to this power, use it to claim dominance, to become what the Keldor were feared, respected, but ultimately isolated." A murmur rippled through the room. It was a dangerous proposition, but one that tempted many. After centuries of oppression, it was only natural to crave a taste of power. "Or," Anya continued, "we can choose to share it, to build a new order, based on collaboration, on mutual respect." The room fell silent. Sharing their power, it seemed unthinkable after all they had endured, but the words hung in the air, heavy with potential. "What of the Federation?" a voice asked, cutting through the silence. "They were quick to turn their backs on us. Can we trust them?" Anya knew the question came from a place of fear, a fear that ran deep within the human psyche. "The Federation is a diverse entity," she replied. "Within it, there are those who seek control and those who yearn for peace. We must focus on forging alliances with those who share our vision." "What about the Keldor?" another voice interjected. "They will not relinquish their grip on the galaxy easily." "They are wounded," Anya countered, her eyes flashing with steel. "They know the power of the Phoenix. They know we are no longer the submissive race they once believed us to be. They will be forced to adapt." The debate went on for hours, a symphony of opinions and anxieties. Some called for swift retribution, a decisive strike to ensure that Keldor never rose again. Others advocated for a more measured approach, a gradual shift in power dynamics through alliances and diplomacy. Anya listened to it all, absorbing the anxieties, the hopes, the dreams. She saw the desire for revenge, the longing for peace, the yearning for a future free from fear. Finally, she rose to her feet. "We are not the Keldor," she said, her voice echoing through the chamber. "We are not defined by fear or by dominance. We are humans, and we are capable of something far greater. We can build a galaxy where humans stand as equals," she continued, her eyes burning with conviction. "Where our technology serves not to conquer, but to heal, to explore, to connect. We can create a future where humanity is a force not of domination, but of collaboration." The words hung in the air, a beacon of hope in a galaxy steeped in fear and uncertainty. It was a vision that would take time, patience, and unwavering resolve. It was a vision that would require sacrifices, compromises, and a willingness to trust. But it was a vision that, if realized, could reshape the galaxy, not through force, but through the power of shared purpose and the strength of a united human spirit. The fate of the galaxy, it seemed, rested on a single decision, a decision that would echo through the corridors of time. Anya, the woman who had dared to dream, had placed the future of her species in their hands, and the human leadership, with a mixture of apprehension and hope, knew they would have to rise to the challenge. The air crackled with tension as the Keldor ambassador, a towering figure clad in shimmering scales, leaned forward, his voice a low growl. "We offer you a place within the Federation, humans, a place of honor, but one where your power will be directed by those who understand the complexities of galactic governance." Rion, the human ambassador, stood unflinching, his gaze fixed on the Keldor. "We are not beggars, seeking scraps from your table," he said, his voice resonating with quiet strength. "We stand as equals, ready to forge a new path for this galaxy. Our technology is not yours to control. It is a tool to be used for the betterment of all, not to be hoarded and wielded as a weapon against the weak." The Keldor ambassador's eyes narrowed. "Foolish humans," he hissed. "You dare defy the established order. The Federation has been built on the foundation of strength and control, a structure that has brought stability to this galaxy for millennia." Rion's voice held a steely edge. "Stability built on the backs of the subjugated, a structure where entire civilizations are forced to kneel before your might. This is the legacy you seek to perpetuate. We, humans, choose to forge a new legacy, one of collaboration, not coercion. One where each species, regardless of their technological advancements, is treated with respect and dignity." The air thickened with a palpable tension. The Keldor ambassador, for the first time, seemed to falter. The arrogance that had marked his every word now gave way to a flicker of doubt. He turned, his gaze seeking approval from the other ambassadors, those from the Draken and Zorian races who were witnessing this unprecedented exchange. They, however, were not united in their support of the Keldor. They saw the shift in power, the wind blowing in a new direction, and they were hesitant to stand with the Keldor in their outdated insistence on dominance. The Zorian ambassador, a creature with multifaceted eyes, spoke with a calm but resolute tone. "The Keldor have always wielded their power as a weapon, a means of control. They fear what they cannot understand, and they fear the potential of a new order built on collaboration." The Draken ambassador, a reptilian creature with a piercing gaze, echoed this sentiment. "It is time for the Keldor to relinquish their hold on this galaxy. The humans, despite their relatively short time within the galactic community, have already proven their worth. Their audacity, their ingenuity, has shattered the old order, and it is time for us all to embrace this new era." The Keldor ambassador's face hardened. This was not the response he had expected. The humans had rallied allies, their audacity and their clear-sighted vision resonating with those who had long suffered under the Keldor's iron fist. They were no longer an insignificant species, a pawn in the Keldor's game. They were a force to be reckoned with, a force that had the potential to change the very fabric of the galaxy. Anya, the human engineer behind the Phoenix, stood beside Rion, her gaze steady and unwavering. "We have proven ourselves, Keldor. We have proven that we are not to be underestimated. We are not here to seek your permission to exist. We are here to create a new order, a future where every species can prosper and thrive, not as subordinates but as equals." Her words, filled with the conviction of a leader who had stared into the abyss and emerged unscathed, reverberated through the chamber. The Keldor ambassador felt the weight of her gaze, the weight of the shifting tides of galactic power. He knew, deep down, that the old order was crumbling. He could either cling to the remnants of his crumbling empire, or he could embrace the possibility of a new era. The choice was his, but he knew that the tide of history was already flowing in a new direction. The humans, with their unwavering determination and their breathtaking audacity, had unleashed a change that could not be contained. The galaxy was entering a new era, and it was an era of human potential, a new order built on collaboration, not conquest. The tension in the chamber was as thick as the atmosphere on a gas giant. The Keldor, their faces impassive masks of scaled green, waited with a practiced patience, their eyes fixed on the human ambassador. Rion, stoic as ever, stood beside Anya, who emanated an energy so potent, it seemed to hum in the air around her. The other races, their representatives a mix of vibrant colors and curious forms, watched with an intensity that could only be described as rapt. Anya, her gaze unwavering, turned to face the Keldor. The silence in the chamber was heavy, punctuated only by the rhythmic hum of the Phoenix engine, a comforting sound that spoke of power and potential. "We have heard your offer," Anya began, her voice calm and measured. "We understand your desire for order, for control. But we also understand the weight of your history, the scars of your actions, and the fear that drives your every decision." She paused, letting her words hang in the air. Then, with a decisiveness that startled even the Keldor, she continued. "The Phoenix Fleet, the technology that has brought us to this point, is a tool for change. But we choose to forge a different path, a path not of dominance, but of collaboration, a path where fear is replaced with trust and subjugation with equality." The Keldor's expressions remained unchanged, but the tremor in the air around them betrayed their unease. Anya's words had unleashed a tremor, not in the physical world, but in the very fabric of the galactic order. They had expected a fight, a contest of wills, not a declaration of intent so profound. "We are not seeking to replace one form of control with another," Anya continued, her voice resonating with conviction. "We are offering a future where all races can contribute their talents, where collaboration replaces conflict, and where we work together to overcome the challenges that lie ahead." Her words were a clarion call, echoing through the chambers and out into the galaxy. She spoke not only to the Keldor, but to the Zorian, the Draken, and every other species watching through their own technological windows. She spoke of a future where humans were not a threat to be controlled, but a partner to be welcomed. The Zorian, known for their scientific ingenuity, and the Draken, famed for their diplomatic prowess, were the first to show signs of agreement. Their representatives, their eyes shining with hope, exchanged glances. A ripple of change was already spreading through the chamber, a slow but undeniable shift in the galactic tide. Anya, sensing the shift, continued. "We are willing to share the technology of the Phoenix Fleet, not as a tool of dominance, but as a bridge to understanding. We believe that by working together, we can create a galaxy where all races can thrive, where fear gives way to hope, and where peace replaces war." Her words resonated with a power that went beyond the technology of the Phoenix Fleet. It was the power of a vision, the power of a dream that seemed to promise a brighter future for the entire galaxy. The Keldor, their faces now betraying a flicker of uncertainty, looked at each other. They had underestimated the humans, underestimated the power of their vision, the strength of their will. Anya's decision, bold and daring, had not only changed the fate of the human race, but had also set in motion a transformation that would reshape the galaxy itself. The future was now uncertain, the stars filled with possibilities, and the humans, once feared and marginalized, now stood poised to lead the way. The reverberations of Anya's bold declaration echoed through the star systems. The Keldor, used to their unchallenged dominance, were thrown into a state of disarray. Their plans for subjugation, built on centuries of manipulation, crumbled before them. The other races, initially skeptical of the human decision, began to understand its implications. The Zorian, known for their cunning, saw an opportunity to shift alliances and secure their own interests. The Draken, with their proud warrior spirit, were intrigued by the prospect of a galaxy free from the shackles of Keldor control. A wave of change swept through the galactic landscape. The once rigid hierarchy, dictated by the Keldor, started to dissolve. The Federation Council, initially caught off guard, realized that the humans were not seeking to replace one dominant force with another. They were proposing a paradigm shift, a galaxy built on shared progress, where every race had a voice. Their treaty, once a tool for manipulation, became a framework for collaboration, fostering a new era of cooperation and respect. The Keldor, desperate to maintain their power, tried to salvage their position. They offered concessions, attempting to appease the other races, but their words rang hollow. The fear and insecurity simmering beneath their facade of superiority was evident. They had been exposed, their weaknesses laid bare. They were not the invincible force they had projected themselves to be. The humans, driven by their unwavering determination, embraced this new era. They shared their technology, not as a tool for domination, but as a bridge to shared advancement. The Phoenix technology, once shrouded in mystery, was now offered as a gift, a symbol of their commitment to building a better future. The other races, inspired by the human spirit, readily accepted this offer, recognizing its potential to elevate their own civilizations. The galaxy entered a period of rapid transformation. Trade routes, previously controlled by the Keldor, became open to all. New alliances blossomed, forging connections across species and star systems. The old tensions, fueled by fear and mistrust, began to fade, replaced by a sense of unity and shared purpose. The Keldor, marginalized by the very races they had once subjugated, were forced to adapt. They saw the futility of clinging to their old ways and realized that their power was waning. The tide of change had turned, and they were no longer the masters of the galaxy. A new era dawned, an era where the humans, once marginalized and underestimated, stood as equals among the stars. The laughter that had once greeted their arrival had been replaced by a deep sense of respect. They had proven that their resilience, ingenuity, and determination were not mere whispers, but a force capable of shaping the destiny of the galaxy. The laughter had ceased, replaced by a new era of cooperation and collaboration, a testament to the power of hope and the indomitable human spirit. The vast expanse of the galaxy, once a tapestry of fear and oppression woven by the Keldor, now shimmered with a newfound hope. Humanity, no longer the subjugated species, stood as a beacon of a brighter future, a future forged in the fires of rebellion and the boundless imagination of Anya's revolutionary technology. The Phoenix fleet, a testament to human ingenuity, was poised to explore the unknown, a celestial odyssey fueled by a thirst for knowledge and a yearning for a galaxy united. With a silent hum, the Phoenix flagship, christened Hope, cut through the cosmic void, leading the human fleet towards the uncharted territories beyond the known galactic constellations. Anya, her gaze fixed on the star charts, watched as the ships navigated the intricate web of celestial highways. They were charting a course through the cosmic wilderness, a journey into the heart of the unknown. Their first encounter was with a cluster of celestial bodies unlike anything they had seen before. These were not planets, but massive, pulsating orbs of energy, emitting a cacophony of colors and sounds that vibrated through the very hull of the Hope. They were celestial wonders, a testament to the sheer power of the universe. Anya, ever the scientist, ordered a cautious approach, her crew recording data and studying these bizarre phenomena. Their journey continued, leading them to a nebula unlike any other. The swirling colors, a vibrant tapestry of blues, greens, and purples, concealed a system of planets teeming with life. The alien life forms, unlike anything known to humanity, were a spectacle of colors and shapes. Some were crystalline beings, others a swirling mass of energy, and others still sentient flora that communicated through a symphony of scents. Anya, determined to understand this new world, led an exploration party, taking a small shuttle deep into the nebula. They found evidence of advanced civilizations, remnants of structures that suggested a level of technological advancement far surpassing even the Keldor. But there were also signs of tragedy, shattered remnants of a civilization that had seemingly vanished, leaving behind their silent legacy. The journey was not without its challenges. The unknown territories were fraught with dangers. They encountered black holes, whose gravitational pull threatened to pull them into oblivion. They faced rogue asteroids, remnants of shattered planets, that could obliterate entire fleets with a single impact. And they encountered hostile life forms, guardians of the unknown, who saw the human fleet as a threat. But the Phoenix fleet, equipped with Anya's revolutionary technology, proved to be more than a match for these challenges. The ship's spacetime manipulating capabilities allowed them to avoid black holes and navigate treacherous asteroid fields with ease. they were able to defend themselves against hostile lifeforms, turning their own attacks against them. As they ventured deeper, the human fleet learned that the universe was a vast, interconnected tapestry of wonders and dangers. They discovered new elements, new energy sources, and new possibilities for understanding the universe and their place within it. They made contact with other species, some welcoming, others hostile. They learned that the galaxy was not just a battlefield for dominance, but a vibrant ecosystem teeming with life in all its forms. Anya, at the helm of the Hope, watched with a sense of awe as the human fleet navigated the uncharted territories. She realized that the journey was not just about discovery, but also about transformation. The human fleet was not just exploring the galaxy, but also exploring themselves, their potential, and their place in a universe where they were no longer the underdogs, but the pioneers of a new era. The journey was just beginning, and the vast unknown awaited them. They were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, for they were the explorers, the diplomats, and the architects of a brighter future for all. The Phoenix Fleet, led by the human ambassador, Rion, continued its exploration of the galaxy, their journey fueled by the hope for a brighter future and a thirst for knowledge. After weeks of traversing the vast emptiness of space, their sensors picked up a faint energy signature, unlike anything they had encountered before. It was a rhythmic pulse, complex and intricate, emanating from a nearby star system. The crew buzzed with excitement, a sense of anticipation building as they approached the unknown. What lay beyond the threshold of this new system? Another hostile race, waiting to strike, or a peaceful civilization ready to embrace the promise of a collaborative future? As the Phoenix Fleet entered the system, the sight that met them was breathtaking. A swirling nebula, painted in vibrant hues of purple, blue, and green, enveloped a small, rocky planet. The planet itself was teeming with life, its surface crisscrossed by winding rivers, shimmering oceans, and vast, bioluminescent forests. But the most astounding aspect of this system was the intricate network of structures orbiting the planet. These structures, crafted from what appeared to be shimmering, organic material, were connected by shimmering tendrils of energy that pulsed in sync with the planet's rhythm. It was a symphony of light and energy, a testament to an advanced civilization unlike any they had seen before. Rion, with his usual blend of caution and optimism, ordered a cautious approach. The fleet sent probes ahead, gathering data and scanning the system for any sign of hostility. The probes, equipped with sophisticated AI and advanced sensors, quickly discovered that the structures were not hostile, but rather intricate energy conduits, channeling the planet's natural energy and transmitting it to the orbiting structures. The energy being exchanged was unlike anything they had seen. It was a complex mix of bioluminescence and electromagnetic energy, a testament to a civilization that had achieved a profound understanding of their planet's ecosystem and its potential. The crew, captivated by the spectacle, watched with growing fascination. The probes, venturing closer to the structures, detected faint signals, complex patterns that seemed to be a form of communication. While the fleet was still unable to decipher the meaning behind these signals, it was clear that they were a form of intelligent communication, a sign that this civilization was not just advanced, but also sentient. Rion, with his diplomatic instincts, decided to make contact. They sent a carefully crafted signal, a simple message of peace and goodwill, a series of light patterns and electromagnetic pulses designed to be understood by any intelligent life form. The fleet waited, their anticipation growing with each passing moment. To their astonishment, a response came, a cascade of complex energy patterns that mimicked the planet's natural energy. The signals seemed to be a response to their message, a greeting in a language beyond human comprehension. The response, though complex, held a sense of curiosity and cautious welcome. The fleet, encouraged by the response, sent another message, this time a more detailed introduction, revealing their species, their history, and their desire for peaceful exchange. The response to this second message was even more complex, a tapestry of energy pulses that seemed to carry a history, a story of their civilization, their triumphs, and their struggles. The fleet, with their advanced technology, were able to glean some information from the signals, uncovering glimpses of a civilization that had overcome many challenges, mastering not only technology, but also the art of harnessing their planet's natural energies. The exchange continued, each signal becoming more complex, revealing deeper layers of understanding. While the full communication was still a mystery, it was clear that the two civilizations, despite their vast differences, were starting to bridge the gap, a tentative understanding blossoming between two vastly different species. The prospect of collaboration, not just for mutual benefit, but also for unlocking the secrets of the universe, filled the human crew with a sense of hope. As the fleet continued their communication, the tension that had gripped the crew eased, replaced by a sense of wonder and excitement. They had found something truly remarkable, a civilization that had achieved a level of understanding that seemed almost mythical to them. Their journey, which began with a quest to reclaim their freedom, was now taking on a new meaning. They were no longer just fighting for survival, but for a future where their species could thrive, not just in their corner of the galaxy, but in a vast tapestry of life and knowledge. Their encounter with this alien civilization was a testament to the boundless possibilities that lay before them, a beacon of hope in a galaxy full of both wonder and danger. The intricate energy patterns emanating from the planet's energy conduits pulsed with an almost sentient rhythm, a symphony of data and intention. It was through this language of light and energy that Rion and his crew first attempted to communicate with the alien civilization. Anya, with her innate understanding of the nuances of alien communication, guided the team, translating the complex patterns into a form humans could understand. Their initial attempts were tentative, like whispers in a foreign tongue, but the aliens, sensing their good intentions, responded in kind. They shared data on their culture, their history, and their technology, a breathtaking array of knowledge that stretched beyond human comprehension. The aliens were a peaceful race, known for their mastery of energy manipulation and their dedication to knowledge and exploration. They had discovered the potential of the Phoenix engine, intrigued by its ability to bend the fabric of spacetime, and offered their own insights into its potential applications. Anya, recognizing the significance of this connection, understood that it was more than just a technological exchange. This was a chance to forge a new alliance, one that would benefit both civilizations. She proposed a joint research initiative, a collaborative effort to understand the universe and its mysteries together. The aliens, sensing the genuineness of her intent, readily agreed. Over the following weeks, the humans and the aliens worked tirelessly together, sharing their knowledge and resources. The aliens, with their advanced understanding of energy, helped the humans refine their own technology, allowing them to push the limits of the Phoenix engine and explore new avenues of space travel. The humans, in turn, shared their knowledge of organic life and the intricacies of human society, a perspective the aliens had never encountered before. This cultural exchange sparked a vibrant dialogue, allowing the humans to learn about the alien civilization's history, their philosophies, and their unique way of life. Their art, expressed through intricate patterns of light and energy, spoke of a profound connection to the universe and an unwavering faith in its order. Their music, a symphony of complex harmonics and rhythmic pulses, resonated with the humans on a primal level, transcending language barriers and forging a connection through shared emotions. The alien, for their part, were fascinated by the humans' resilience, their capacity for creativity and innovation, and their unwavering commitment to freedom and equality. They were especially intrigued by the human concept of love, empathy, and compassion, emotions they had never encountered before. This exchange of knowledge and perspectives paved the way for a newfound alliance, a partnership based on mutual respect and shared goals. The humans, with their newfound allies, had the potential to forge a path to a brighter future, one built on collaboration and shared progress. The galaxy was in the midst of a transformation, and the humans, guided by Anya's vision, were at the forefront, leading the way to a new era of peace and prosperity. The news of humanity's progress spread like wildfire across the galaxy. The once dismissed species, deemed primitive and insignificant, was now heralded as a beacon of hope and innovation. The Phoenix fleet, a testament to human ingenuity, had become a symbol of change, a catalyst for a new era of galactic cooperation. As the fleet journeyed through the cosmos, forging alliances and sharing knowledge, they left behind a trail of awe and inspiration. Word of their remarkable technology, the Phoenix engine, reached even the most distant corners of the galaxy. Other civilizations, once hesitant to embrace human collaboration, now sought to learn from their advancements. The Xorian, known for their mastery of energy manipulation, found themselves amazed by the Phoenix engine's ability to bend spacetime. The Draken, renowned for their prowess in interstellar navigation, were captivated by the fleet's efficient and precise maneuvers. Even the Keldor, humbled by their previous attempts to control humanity, began to view them with newfound respect. Humanity's influence wasn't limited to technology. Their dedication to diplomacy, their passion for knowledge, and their unwavering belief in peace resonated throughout the galaxy. Human ambassadors, like Rion, became revered figures, known for their wisdom and their ability to forge lasting alliances. Their philosophy of shared progress, based on collaboration rather than domination, appealed to races who had long been trapped in cycles of conflict and competition. The human fleet's encounters with other civilizations were not always smooth. There were misunderstandings, moments of fear, and even instances of hostility. But humanity's commitment to open communication and their willingness to learn from others helped bridge these divides. They understood that understanding and empathy were the cornerstones of true progress. On the planet of Xarathi, where the inhabitants communicated through complex sonic patterns, human scientists painstakingly deciphered their language. Their efforts led to the exchange of knowledge about advanced astrophysics, a field that had long puzzled the Xarathi. The Draken, known for their rigid social structure and their reliance on tradition, were initially skeptical of human ideas. However, when the Phoenix fleet offered to share their knowledge of advanced medicine, the Draken were won over. The shared advancement in healthcare, which extended to both human and Draken, became a symbol of the benefits of collaboration. Humanity's impact was not just about technological advancements. Their cultural influence, their art, their music, and their stories also began to spread across the galaxy. Human artists, musicians, and writers were invited to share their work, inspiring other civilizations to think differently and to embrace creativity. The human spirit, once seen as fragile and easily defeated, was now recognized as a force of resilience, innovation, and hope. The galaxy was in a state of flux. The old order, built on power and control, was giving way to a new one, founded on collaboration and mutual respect. The Phoenix fleet, and the humans who led it, were at the heart of this transformation. They had proven that even the most seemingly insignificant species could rise to become powerful agents of change. And as they continued their journey of exploration, sharing knowledge, fostering understanding, and building bridges across the stars, humanity's impact on the galaxy was only beginning to be felt. The vast expanse of the galaxy, once a landscape of fear and uncertainty, shimmered with a newfound sense of unity. The once disparate races, driven by suspicion and the thirst for power, were now connected by a web of shared understanding, forged in the crucible of human initiative. The Phoenix fleet, a testament to humanity's resilience, traversed the cosmos, no longer as an anomaly, but as a symbol of progress. The humans, once mocked for their supposed technological limitations, had become a guiding light. They had defied the old order, not through conquest, but through a radical embrace of collaboration. Their technology, once feared, was now a source of wonder and a tool for shared discovery. The Phoenix engine, a marvel of human ingenuity, had not only revolutionized space travel, but had also fostered a new understanding of the cosmos. The impact of the Phoenix engine was far-reaching. It was not just a device, it was a philosophy, a commitment to exploration, a testament to the boundless potential of the human spirit. It had awakened a slumbering curiosity within the galaxy, driving other races to shed their insular tendencies and reach out to others. The exchange of knowledge, once a rare commodity, now flowed freely. The legacy of the Phoenix fleet, woven into the fabric of galactic history, was not merely about ships and technology. It was about the human spirit, the relentless pursuit of knowledge, and the unwavering belief in the possibility of a brighter future. The galaxy was no longer a place of constant conflict, but a vibrant tapestry of shared aspirations, a canvas painted with the hues of collaboration and peace. The whispers of human arrogance had been replaced by murmurs of respect. The once powerful Keldor, their dominance shattered, had been forced to adapt, to relinquish their grip on the galaxy's reins. They learned the hard way that true power lay not in domination, but in partnership. They found their strength not in aggression, but in cooperation. The echoes of the Phoenix Fleet's journey reverberated throughout the galaxy, inspiring new generations of explorers and scholars. It was a testament to the human spirit, its ability to overcome adversity and forge a new path, a path paved with the seeds of understanding and shared prosperity. The galaxy had become a richer, more diverse, and more promising place. The laughter that once mocked humanity now echoed with admiration, a tribute to their resilience and their ability to create a legacy that transcended the boundaries of their own species.